This video is for the complete beginner who wants to start improvising but doesn't really know how to get started. Or maybe you've been reading sheet music for years and you want to dip your toes into the world of jazz and improvising. Hello and welcome back to Sax Wizard. My name's Michael and my goal is to help you become the best sax player that you can possibly be. Personally, I spent years going through the classical saxophone grades here in the UK, and this mainly involved reading sheet music and memorizing scales. So I completely understand that when you first try and start to improvise without any music, it can seem a little bit strange and almost a bit scary. The idea of this video is to get you to start using your ears and to get used to the idea that you can create your own music. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the lesson. You've probably heard of something called the pentatonic scale. This is a 5-note scale. But today, to start with, I want to simplify things as much as possible and then slowly build up the complexity. So instead of 5 notes, to start with, we're just going to play one note. One note. And I guess this might sound a little bit silly, but the idea of this exercise is to focus on other more important things like the rhythm, the feel, and the space in between the notes. If you're playing tenor, I just want you to play an A, and if you're playing alto, then just play an E. Try mixing up, playing some short notes and some longer held notes. Try adding in some more interesting syncopated rhythms. And finally, remember to leave some space. Sometimes less is more, and space is a really useful tool when you're improvising. Basically, just see how creative you can get with one note and try and get used to the fact that you can create your own music. You're not restricted to just copying a piece of paper. Here's a demo of me improvising over a backing track using just one note. By the way, you can download the backing track for free in the description below. Try playing that exercise through a few times over the backing track. When you feel like you've got the hang of it, then it's time to try adding another note. The next note we're going to add is a C if you're playing tenor and a G if you're playing alto. Same as before, try seeing what interesting phrases you can come up with using just 2 notes. And there is no right and wrong here, just use your ears and play what you think sounds good. Here's an example of me improvising using just 2 notes. When you feel like you've got the hang of improvising with 2 notes, you can add a 3rd note, a 4th note, and then finally a 5th note. And this 5-note scale is called the pentatonic scale. Every time we add another note, the creative possibilities that we can play go up exponentially. Each time you add a note, think of it as the next level in a game. So there are 5 levels in total, and only move on to the next level when you're ready. Take as much time on each level as you like, there's no rush. If you're a total beginner, you could spend weeks or even months building up to the full 5-note pentatonic scale. If anything, the more time you spend on each level, the more interesting the licks and phrases will be that you come up with. And the more relaxed and creative you'll be when you're finally playing the full pentatonic scale. Here's an example of me improvising using the 5-note pentatonic scale. You can have a lot of fun improvising with the pentatonic scale. You don't need to learn a million different jazz scales to enjoy improvising on the saxophone. In fact, loads of sax solos over pop and dance tracks basically just use the pentatonic scale. It can sound really cool when it's played well. I hope you found the video useful today. If you did, then please drop me a like and check out some of my other videos here on YouTube. Thanks so much for listening. See you next time.